Hi guys, and welcome to the first ever Fangirl Nation podcast. Woo! If you're wondering what is the Fangirl Nation podcast, well, it will be your weekly one-stop shop for everything going on in the world of fangirl. So books, TV, music, film. We're going to be posting every single Tuesday just to talk about what's going on in the world of fangirls that week. But this is going to be a bit of an intro episode to first introduce you to my co-host, Leah Briars.
Hello, I am Leah Briars.
And B, to give you a backstory on why we are qualified to be your hosts and how we have been fangirls our whole lives. Because Leah and I would say, bonded over being fangirls.
We definitely did, from day dot.
We met first day of school in year 7. Some of you might know Leah already. She's been a long time feature in my content.
I've been kicking about.
Yeah, and when I sat down and thought, okay, I want to do a Fangirl Nation podcast, I thought, who better to be my co-host than, yeah, my BFF and fangirl and friend, Leah Briars.
I hope I'm your friend.
Nah.
We've known each other since, year 7. We're in the same form, so we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, sadly.
And we went to, I guess the context is, we went to a girls' school, so we didn't have boys to distract us.
We had nothing else to do but be fangirls. What's our excuse now?
Well, you have a husband. I don't, so I'm going to watch Bridgerton.
We, I think, bonded over being fangirls. What did we first fangirl over?
It was definitely Glee.
Yeah.
That had a chokehold on us.
I actually remember where I was when I watched Glee for the first time. It was when it was on Channel 4 or T4 or something. Yeah. And I thought, what is this acapella? It's not acapella. No, not acapella.
No, they're Glee choir.
What is this Glee choir? What is this show?
It definitely wasn't an art underfunded school.
Yeah.
But like, I think you told me about it as well. Obviously, Amber brought me on to absolutely everything. She was like, you're coming along for the ride.
But you put me on to Justin Bieber.
I did. Firstly, Glee though. So Amber pulled me on, I think it was on E4. And I remember going home and being like, I'm watching it and being like, wow, this is fantastic.
I don't know what it is. Is it a satire? I didn't know what satire was when I was 11 years old. No. These are this American high school and they're breaking out into song. So much is happening.
And I think, so again, we had nothing to do in school. Like, our school was quite underfunded. There was no break.
You said underfunded twice now.
I just want everyone to know. So we had to entertain ourselves. So in breaks and lunches, we used to, which is really embarrassing, we used to recreate the Glee songs and make music videos.
It's not embarrassing.
I'm just glad social media wasn't big back then, because I would be mortified if they were hardcore on the internet.
Facebook was a thing, and we knew then not to post them on Facebook. Something told us this is for eyes only. Yeah. The thing is, in these music videos, the worst part is the friends who didn't really watch Glee or didn't really care that we had clearly dragged to be extras in these videos, and you can see them kind of looking at us
we were definitely always the main characters, but yeah,
I took it even more seriously than you. I've now seen some of these videos, and
we were watching them back the other day, and Amber is she knows every single word, she knows every single beat. To be honest, you were doing the choreography. You were the one that was texting me being like, we're doing this song tomorrow.
I don't even remember this. I remember doing the music videos, and I remember being locked in. Eyes to camera, no breakaway. Whereas sometimes it's just me staring at Amber because I clearly don't know the words. You call yourself a Glee fan. Hey, didn't even know the words.
I was just enjoying my time. I was just loving it.
I was acting like Ryan Murphy himself was behind the camera.
You were waiting for him to give you a call and be like, Amber,
oh my God, do you remember when they did that show?
Yeah, and then they ended up in the season.
Yeah! I was too young for that.
Yeah. If we were of age, that sounds bizarre, if we were old enough and in America, but actually there was an Irish guy on it and he won.
Yeah, he won. I have a big problem sometimes with not being born into the right age.
Yeah.
So either I was too young to be on Glee, but as if that's the excuse. It's giving men that are if only my mum pushed me harder, I'd be a professional athlete.
Come to West London.
Yeah.
But also too old, because I was really jealous when recently the Harry Potter open casting.
Too young to be Hermione the first time, too old the second time. This is not okay.
The world was against you. The world's against you.
Honestly. And I've had people say you'd be a great Hermione. Well, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Do you know what we weren't too young for though? Look, guys, we grew up in arguably the best era to be fangirls, okay? Like I said, we had Glee. We had One Direction in their prime, Justin Bieber in their prime, The Hunger Games, and just the rise of the dystopian genre as a whole, because I don't know where that has gone lately.
Disney Channel
in its prime. Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's So Raven.
Lizzie McGuire.
Oh. Bring it all back. John Green novels, Tumblr, Wattpad.
Also, like everything E4 brought out when
Skins.
we were in high school. Skins.
I was too young for Skins when that first came out.
I was too young for Skins, but I watched it.
No, I didn't. I was like, this is too much for me. I then came back to it and I was like 16. Yeah.
I watched it because I wanted to be cool because like some of my older friends watched it.
Yeah.
But I remember at the time being like,
oh.
Whoa, is that what sixth form is going to be like? That's probably what set me up for sixth form. And then I was like, oh.
Our sixth form was a little bit like Skins in a way.
It was nowhere near as dramatic as Skins. Like, yeah, people smoked. And did drugs.
Yeah. Cool. Justin Bieber in his prime. They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make them like they used to.
But where are they? What has happened to pop stars? What has happened to the bands?
But are we just like out of the loop? Like, does your younger sister fans, like, they love up Benson Boone and his backflips? Is he the same caliber as Justin Bieber?
No, but remember, Justin Bieber, though, the hype was not just limited to teenage girls. It was in the news. They were like, Bieber fandom, what is going on?
Bieber fever. I was like hardcore Justin Bieber. I loved him through and through. I was from the beginning when he was like posting on YouTube before Usher/Justin Timberlake picked him up, and there was that Justin Timberlake Usher war. I loved Justin Bieber.
You did. You loved him. Do you know what's weird about Justin Bieber is I don't think I ever knew a music manager's name until Justin Bieber. Like, Scooter Braun discovered him.
I still don't think I know any music manager's name.
Why didn't we all know about Scooter Braun? I know too much about Scooter Braun these days.
But you came on to Justin Bieber.
I came onto it, but I tried to fight it, guys. I think because even then I had ingrained misogyny that, like, I didn't want to be like the other girls, you know, like, Justin Bieber, I could never be me. I'm too busy reading my books, you know, like, I tried to fight it. And then we went to go see Never Say Never for a friend's birthday party. I think I was like 12 at this point, and something happened to me in that cinema. I even tried to fight it then, and I don't know what.
You can't.
You can't fight it.
That movie is absolutely fantastic, and it's John M. Chu,
which is crazy to me.
He has released banger after banger after banger.
He's doing a Britney biopic, I think.
Gosh, what a treasure he is to the world.
What? He knows how to pick them. How did Justin Bieber Never Say Never? Wicked. Wow.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Ugh.
Slaps every single time.
Yeah.
And Never Say Never is the feat of that.
Oh my God, we should watch it. I don't think I've watched it since.
Oh my gosh. Do you think a cinema will put it on?
Fangirl screening of Never Say Never.
I want to see it in a cinema like the first time I watched it, and I was just like in awe. I was just like, wow. Do you know, it's like, I think it was like the 10 or 15 year anniversary since he cut off his like Bieber hair.
I still miss it. Bring it back.
Don't bring it back.
No, but like compared to his shaved buzz cut and like...
I quite like, I've grown with Justin Bieber. I still think he's
She's
awesome.
still a believer. Guys, I can still smell the Someday perfume.
That was so good. Do you know what? One Direction perfume was also really, really nice.
I've got zero memories of the One Direction perfume.
That was good stuff. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Speaking of One Direction, that was one where we joined forces again.
I was there from day dot, but that's because X Factor was such a big deal.
It was like the biggest show in the country, by far. Everyone watched it. It was on the news. It was number one.
I remember where I was when they put One Direction together, and I remember where I was the day that we found out Zayn was leaving the band. And I tell you where I was. We were in the PE changing rooms. I think we were changing for PE, and it was like, he's leaving the band.
The hysteria that came with that.
The hysteria that came to our school. Guys, there'd be rumours sometimes that One Direction were outside the building.
No, One Direction were in the Japanese garden. They were in school premises.
You'd be in like a math class and you'd suddenly start hearing screams, and then word would travel like, One Direction are here. They're outside. They're in the Japanese garden. Why do you think that these boys would willingly come into an all-girls school and subject themselves to that?
I definitely think the first like 5 times we all fell for it. You weren't going to miss it just in cases. We were
there.
We were running to the Japanese garden.
And you'd get there, no one was there, but there'd always be one person that would say, I saw it, I saw them.
And then you'd be like at the back and someone would be like, I can see Harry's curls, and everyone would start screaming and pushing. And
it's kind of like there was always this rumour that like our sixth form at the girls' school. We both went to a mixed sixth form afterwards, the same one together, but the girls' school, sixth form, it was like, no, it is open to boys, they just don't want to come.
I don't think it wasn't.
I know, but it was like a rumour.
Oh, 100% a rumour.
There'd just be a rumour if there was any boy on premises.
Yeah. Occasionally there would be a boy on premises, and that would be very unfortunate.
Let's not get to the numerous student-teacher relationships that occurred.
Whoa,
that's something for another time.
That's for another day. So with One Direction, there from the beginning, we were watching them on X Factor, and they used to release, I think it was on YouTube, like them sitting on the stairs.
Yeah.
And we used to force, actually our whole form was kind of into One Direction, but we used to force our form tutors to put it on during like registration and break.
We would take over YouTube though for our form.
Yeah.
Forever.
Our form tutors used to come in like maybe like 10 minutes before form actually started, log into the computer, open YouTube and be like, off you go.
I remember vividly watching Taylor Swift at the Brits.
Yes.
And then the Taylor Swift sheep screaming edit. Yeah. Now we're lying on the cold hard ground.
Sorry for our audio headphone listeners.
Oh, that was so good at the time. Imagine that now. What's the equivalent? Coming in like playing TikToks on your phone. Do kids do that? Probably not. I think they're very like no social media in school these days.
Lock them up now.
Yeah. We were there for One Direction so early that you went to go see them at X Factor. We both went to go see them at X Factor Studios.
Yeah, separately. I went and it was like the first time I realised maybe I'm actually just an online at home fangirl, because I went and I just thought there'd maybe be like
5 people.
5 people. I just thought it'd be me.
Yeah. Who else is going to be bothered to do this?
Because like we lived in West London and was the studios in like Wembley.
Yeah, Wembley.
Right. So I remember waking up. We woke up really, really early because we wanted to catch them going in.
This wasn't me. I wasn't there.
And yes,
I went the week later. It's not because I wasn't too good. I must have been busy.
Yeah. And I like made this poster for them, and I'm still proud of this poster to this day. And
do you still have it?
No, because we gave it to their security people. But I remember they had us on one side of the road, and then there was just like, we were maybe the first few people there. There was maybe 20 people there at whatever time we got there. It was dark, so very early. And then by like 8 o'clock, there were hundreds of girls. And I remember being like, I am overwhelmed and overstimulated.
This is too much for me.
And then they like keep you on one side of the road, and then all of a sudden let you free to the gates.
Run! Madness!
I was at the front because, you know, I can run, I can... Right? And then
Sporty
there was like a security right in front of us. And actually, they never really came to the gates. But I did get a photo of Zayn and Louis. And then the security, we were like, please give them our poster, please, sir. And he was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, oh, yeah, it's really cool. I'll definitely give it to them. He definitely threw it in the bin. Obviously, but I like to think they have it. It was really good.
Put your phone number on it.
I think we put our Twitters.
Yeah. I will say we also grew up in a time where it really felt like it could happen. By it, I do mean one of them locking eyes,
falling in love
among a sea of thousands of other teenage girls,
and falling in love with us.
Yeah, and us, like in the midst of puberty, me, braces and glasses. You'd never had any of that. Perfect vision, perfect teeth. Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know, shave your legs just in case when you go to a One Direction concert.
Exactly. Put on my best top from Gilly Hicks at the time. My best jeans.
My sister and I had a fight over a top from Hollister.
Oh, well, who was wearing it?
Yeah, because we would share clothes. And this was when we went to go to Fountain Studios, to X Factor Studios, yeah. And obviously we thought, Harry will see one of us in this top. The top, he'll think, that girl's got good taste. Fall in love. And we actually, we had a tug of war over this top. And you never have those moments in the midst of an argument where something happens, then you just feel so sad and ashamed. Because you're pulling at this top, and then the top, the rope break. It was had a little drawstring, and I just sat there feeling so stupid.
What was your mum doing? She was just like, oh, just let her.
She wasn't there. I don't know where she was. Anyway, I didn't see them at Fountain Studios, but we did see them live quite a few times.
We did, yes. And actually, by the time they were touring live was when I kind of dropped off them a bit. But the 2 times I saw them live, I got messaged the day before being like, do you want to come? And I was like, yes.
I remember they put out tickets 2 years in advance, and they were expensive. And I begged my parents. I was like, please buy me tickets. And my dad and my mum were like, you're not even going to like them in 2 years. I was like, how can you even say that? How can you doubt my love for them? 2 years later, I was like, I guess I had tickets to that. Growing up in London was fantastic to be a fangirl because you could just go and do things after school. We would constantly constantly, but I might constantly go after school, go to like a movie premiere.
Yeah.
Go to Leicester
Oh my
Square.
God, we went to the Amazing Spider-Man. I made the news with my poster.
Did
Do you
you?
remember?
No.
But we decided like on the whim. We were like, we're just gonna go after school. And then we got there, and people were way more prepared than we were.
Yeah.
And they had like proper posters. So I had like my school planner, and I just drew like a stick man and a spider, and held it up, and it made the news.
I took a day off school to go and watch Justin Bieber turn on the Christmas lights. What a time. The Christmas lights at Westfield, mind you. They don't do that anymore.
No,
Justin Bieber was famous. He was famous. That's nowadays you just have like some, I don't know, made in Chelsea.
do they even have people turning on the Christmas lights anymore?
Not at Westfield.
No, but like A-list, like Justin Bieber was worldwide famous. It wasn't
nuts.
someone silly.
And it was not like on his way out. That was when he just transitioned actually into like, he shed the purple, shed the helmet hair a little bit. What's that song?
If I Was Your Boyfriend,
I'd never let you go. Oh my God. And obviously he was turning on the Christmas lights. He's just did the Christmas album, Mistletoe.
What an album. I play that every single year. That's my top Christmas album.
Yeah. So yeah, I took a day off school to go to that. Leah wasn't allowed.
I was never allowed to go to anything where I had to miss school. My parents were like, you can't read. I'm dyslexic. They were like, you can't read. You need to go to school.
My mum is the biggest enabler of my fangirl behaviour though. Took a day of school to go to that. Took a day of school to go to the Hunger Games premiere.
I have never been more jealous in my whole life. I remember being really, really upset. I had to turn my phone off because Amber was sending me photos.
On the red carpet, just met Chris Hemsworth, Josh Hutcherson.
I remember going home fuming at my parents.
And you couldn't come and join either because you had to get there early. Then you got like a wristband.
Yeah, because you always felt bad for me and you would try your best to save me
Yeah.
a point in the queue if I could come after school. But that one, there was a no.
But sometimes you got to be in solidarity with everyone else who, got there at 5 a.m.
Yeah, no, fair. I didn't deserve to go there. And also, I spoke to my mum the other day about this. She fully tried to gaslight me. She was like, I would have let you go. And I was like,
Clearly not.
because I would have been there. What are you talking about?
Actually, you know what? While we're at it, let's talk about the Hunger Games because that was, to this day, we have a big emotional attachment to the Hunger Games, I would say.
And I think it tethers our friendship together.
Do you know why though? It's because Suzanne Collins won't leave us alone.
Carry on writing books, babe.
They keep making more movies just when I think, it's over. Got to leave that past behind.
Never. She won't let us go and I'm happy about it. I love it. I love it.
We went to the Hunger Games on theatre show.
Yeah, the theatre live stage show.
Got invited to the premiere, so I was like, naturally I'll bring Leah. We'd already been because we already bought tickets of our own back for the first night of previews.
The first night of previews, we got fantastic. I remember they released tickets like months in advance, and I was there waiting in the queue.
I was calling you, like, did you get them? Did you get them?
Where are we sat? And it was
District 7. Whatever that means.
We were actually District 4.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
District.
You're right.
To Phoenix District.
Yeah. Speaking of Finnick, we read the books together, not together, but we read them at the same time. I read them a bit quicker than Leah because I'm a faster reader. As she mentioned, she is dyslexic. Are you?
Yeah.
Just checking, you weren't joking.
But
that'd be a weird thing to joke
it was
about.
late diagnosis. I just was slow. At high school, I was just a slow reader.
Anyway, so I, read them a bit ahead of Leah, and I said, you got to wait for me. You got to read. Just wait till you get to this chapter, and I forced her to read Finnick's death in front of me.
Imagine, in form. I'm there. Finnick was my favourite character.
Leah loved up Finnick.
Loved.
You were like, I really like this one. You have to read this chapter in front of me.
Oh, the whole time I was like, as long as Finnick survives. As long as Finnick's fine.
My Finnick.
Spoiler alert, guys. Finnick dies very horrifically.
There's going to be someone on TikTok, right, who's commenting like, thanks. I've only just started reading the book.
And I was in form, in tears. Our form tutor must have thought you were bullying me or something.
I was probably sat there so gleefully.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I remember I was so sad. I closed the book and it took me a day to pick it up again.
Yeah, and the fact that now Suzanne Collins says his death was unnecessary. Yeah.
Go back in time and change it.
It's not too late.
It's not.
Everyone would be so fine with that.
Bring him back. When they do the next book, bring him back.
Yeah.
There must be stuff in the Capitol to bring him back.
There's a way. They've got all sorts of technology.
Come on, they keep making stuff up. So just, come on.
We went to midnight screenings of the Hunger Games.
Yeah. We saw every single one together.
Yeah.
Every single time we were like, oh my God, maybe we can get into the next one, and did nothing about it.
Like be in the movie.
Yeah, I remember we'd be like, oh, we could be extras.
Yeah, but then we just not do anything. And we're like, why aren't we in this movie?
Why didn't they just come and pick us up from
We
school?
didn't do it. We didn't take any steps to make this happen.
But we watched every single one together, and before each one came up, we'd watch all the previous ones.
Yeah.
And midnight screenings I could do because you didn't have to take the day off school.
Yeah.
And then the last one came out in sixth form. And like we said, we went to a mixed sixth form from a girls' school, and we were quite like nerdy girls. I wouldn't say we were the coolest
At school? No. But naturally, we're trying to reinvent ourselves.
Yeah.
Be a bit cooler.
But this was quite early on in sixth form.
No, but I had silver hair at this point, so it was year 13.
Was it? Year 13, okay, fine. And then, like, obviously the film was coming out, and I remember I was like trying to test the waters.
Like, has anyone seen the trailer for that new Hunger Games movie?
And everyone basically ignored us.
And we're like, guys, you know they're doing like this midnight screening where they show the first Mockingjay Part 1, right? And then at midnight, they show Part 2. Still like some of the first people to see it.
And everyone was just looking at us like, okay.
So we went, just the two of us.
Yep, we had a fantastic time.
We had a great time.
Blubbed our eyes out.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then do you know what? Watching the last film without you was actually really weird.
Which one?
The prequel. The Ballads of the Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah. I'm having, you know when you have a false memory?
But it's because
the next one's coming out.
Yeah. And basically, the universe were kind of trying to get us together because we were in New Zealand, and Amber basically left the day before it came out.
Yes. And then I had to watch it with my husband. Ugh. What the hell?
Why is there a man there?
Honestly, why would a man be there? He enjoyed it though.
Good.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
What's not to like?
Talking about your husband, YouTube.
Oh yeah. This was also a weird time because it's like being a content creator was not like a thing.
Definitely not.
People were posting on YouTube for fun, and therefore these YouTube meetups were not organized. Now I don't even know what even are YouTube meetups these days. Is Summer in the City still a thing? I don't know. But we were at the very early days of YouTube meetups, as is unfortunately a very important part of the law in meeting my husband. Because one of the other things we would do. Well, yeah, the amount of fangirl behaviour we had, like, Jesus, we would just go to these YouTube meetups.
But they weren't like organised things. Like, one of them would post on Twitter and be like, I'm going to be in this park at this random time on the weekend. And, like, the first one or two we went to, I didn't go to many. I went to like 3 overall.
Only 3 in the space of probably like a month.
Yeah, exactly.
It was one summer. It was because my photos are from this 1 year.
Yeah. And the first 1 or 2 we went to, there wasn't that many people.
No.
It was maybe like 100 people, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. And then it was like, I remember it's the last one we went to, and there were like 500, 600 people in
This is when it was getting a bit out of hand, and people there were like, maybe we should organise this.
And then I think Summer in the City was like the first one, and I couldn't go to that.
Of course, I was there.
I was very jealous though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were weird events. Like, thinking back now, what were our parents thinking? Like,
I know.
That wouldn't run today.
And again, this was because we went to an all-girls school. For me, right, it was my way of seeing boys, I think. Yeah. And they felt like my friends.
Mum, I'm just going to meet my friends in the park.
My friends from boys. Internet. Yeah, and I do say this a lot when people are like, how did you and Casper meet? Were you a fan? It's like, not really. No. Not of him. We just knew of him.
The reason we never really spoken about it is because, love you, Casper. He wasn't our favourite.
No, he wasn't. I always didn't really get it. Hopefully Casper stopped listening by now.
Yeah, like he wasn't in top 5, let alone top 10.
Sometimes though, I remember you'd at school once, you were like, oh my god, Casper Lee's in Leicester Square, he's filming a video, and it was like, oh cool, really?
Yeah, I remember that one specifically. He was filming a video with Bieber.
Oh yeah, of course. Bertie Bert G was our favourite. Bertie Gilbert. Why are we still calling him by his stage name?
Does he even go by that now?
No, he's like a serious film director.
I hope he's well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was our number one. But also, I think it's because he was
younger.
He was younger.
He was like our age.
Attainable.
Or maybe he was like 15 and we were 14.
Yeah, we could be his friend.
Yeah.
Because he was actually like in school.
Yeah. Like I say, it all just felt doable. Guys, the way being a fangirl has actually permeated through my whole life. Now that I've never looked at it through this lens.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
Good for you, girl. Good for you, girl.
We are reclaiming being fangirls. That's what this whole thing is about. That's what the Fangirl Nation is about. Do you know what else I didn't realise that my fangirldom has transcended my whole life? Transcended? We had Wattpad in its right. Were you big on Wattpad?
You were on it first.
Yeah.
And you'd send me all the best ones.
Do you know what is so funny? I just remember the first time I downloaded Wattpad, and the first book I ever read on Wattpad was The Kissing Booth, and I was reading it in a car park at Westfield while I was queuing to see Justin Bieber turn on the Christmas lights.
Levels on levels.
Levels on levels of fangirl behaviour. The fact that The Kissing Booth was the first, I remember actually the first one I ever read, and I was like, what is this incredible app? And then it's got all these kind of stories you want to read. Because I would read not just Wattpad, also fan fiction, bit of both.
Wasn't it all just on Wattpad though? Or
Yeah.
Tumblr?
Or there was like JustinBieberFanfiction.com or something like that.
Whoa!
We would read Justin Bieber fanfiction.
Yes, and One Direction fanfiction.
Yeah, and they weren't all on Wattpad. But I wrote my dissertation on Wattpad
And I think
and on
that's
fanfiction.
amazing. And as you said, you're carrying it through.
Levels on levels. So I was 21 at the time. And I remember actually I studied English with classics, which is half English lit and half classical studies. So I chose the English side to do my dissertation on. And I think I was writing on like Jane Austen or something, and I was struggling. I feel like I've got nothing new to add. You know, there's been a lot of discussion on Jane Austen. I was struggling to find something interesting. And I just had this thought about Wattpad, and I was like, wait a second, this is so interesting. And I went to my dissertation supervisor, and I was like, I'm going to write it on this. And he was like, okay, sounds good. And it was about the pipeline of Wattpad / fan fiction, turning, so, you know, young authors self-publishing on what, not even publishing, just on Wattpad fan fiction, whatever. And then getting traditionally published because the publishers had realized, wait, there's lots of eyeballs on this, and then being turned into like a movie. And this was 2019, I want to say.
Yeah,
7 years ago. I was ahead of the curve.
Now it's hella, like there's all those vertical dramas. Have you seen those
Yeah.
on Instagram?
Oh my God. But now it's every week. Every other week it's this, you know, this movie's being made.
Yeah.
Oh, and it used to be a Dramini fan fiction. Like one of my favorite books right now, Alchemized, and I actually had the chance to sit down with Sen and Yu, was a Dramini fan fiction. So
There you go.
Draco, Hermione. Back then it was just The Kissing Booth. Clearly I think I saw that The Kissing Booth was being made into a movie on Netflix, and I was like, I read this when I was 13.
Yeah, that came out in our second year, so that probably
Yeah.
influenced it.
Exactly.
Drop the dissertation.
Yeah.
Let the people hear it.
Hey, my hot take is that Romantasy is to 2025, 2026 as to dystopian fiction as a genre was to 2014, 2015.
But I am still on the dystopian train. I want it now.
He loves it.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I like the whole romantasy stuff. It's good. But I do struggle with world building?
World building.
Because like, I'm like, what are these people? And I don't understand the names.
Funny thing about Romantasy as well, it's all like just a little bit different.
And
it's all like, it's just a different type of magic, and magic might be spelled with like a Y and a K.
do you know what I mean? Or like the fairies and it's spelt weird. And
Yeah.
It's like, and then like, whereas with dystopian, it's just like, okay, you know this world we have now, it really went to shit. Big war, blah, 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 blah. But we're through the other side. It's still sad. Everyone's sad.
Still humans.
It's still humans. Maybe a dictator. Maybe like...
There was a big war. Big nuclear disaster.
no magic.
I don't know. And
You
now
know.
they've got these weird systems in place to cope.
Yeah. And begin.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, cool. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
chapter. All I need is one chapter to explain it. Whereas like, with a lot of like these romantasy stuff, people are like, wait until book 2. And I'm like, what?
Patience.
I do not have the attention span.
Yeah.
To wait till book 2. But it is good. I'm glad there is still something the girls are like coming together around and
Me
fangirling
too.
over.
And do you know, Romantasy now, I think it's like the biggest genre.
Yeah, by far. That's what all my friends are reading.
What do you think? I'd say Twilight is a Romantasy. Twilight was the original Romantasy.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Vampires.
But for fantasy, does it have to be a whole new world?
Because
Because they're all just like Earth, but different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're never like on another planet. Well, they are on another planet, but it's basically just Earth, but medieval Earth. What's happened to the vampires? When did the girlies switch from vampires to Fey warriors?
What a ridiculous
No, but
sentence.
honestly,
I know, you're right. You're so right.
they've just traded some other old men for some other old men.
Men.
What is that psychologically? Why vampires, right? Why were women like, oh my God, like Edward Cullen or whoever? Because there were all these other vampire books, and they're always like men who are like in their hundreds, trapped in the body of a 19-year-old. Right?
Yeah.
And now, Romantasy, it's like all these Fey princes, and they're like 400. And Fays live like a really long life, and they stop aging somewhere around 25. And they always fall in love with like a 19-year-old girl. What is that?
What? Someone needs to... Maybe I'll write my dissertation on that.
It's giving pick me. It's like, he's been alive for so long. and he wants me.
400 years of life and he's not found his love, but he met me and was, wow.
Yeah. Some psychologist, please let us know mentally what is that about for women.
Because rewatching the Twilights at the Fangirl event was otherworldly.
10 out of 10. I hosted a Twilight marathon for the Fangirl Nation. If you're listening to this and you don't know what the Fangirl Nation is, it is a community. So this is the Fangirl Nation podcast, but we also do events, and one of the events was a 12-hour Twilight marathon because I went to a Twilight marathon when I was like 14. Took the day of school, obviously.
Obviously, you took a day of school.
My mum was there too. She took a day off work. And we watched all the Twilights back to back. And then when it was midnight, we watched Breaking Dawn Part 2. And that was a core memory for me. And I naturally have been chasing that high ever since. Do you know, I found my original program for that.
That is very cute.
So yeah, we did that in November for the Fangirl Nation.
Yeah.
Over 100 girls watching Twilight together. It was unbelievable.
It was so funny, and like everyone was so nice, and because of like TikTok and stuff like that, everyone had like this shared consciousness when it got to certain scenes, and
the memes, Renesmee, man.
Everyone was just giggling.
Did just confirm to me that Twilight is a comedy. It wasn't a Twilight back then. It is now.
It is such a comedy now. Like when he first like sees Bella and is like, oh, what the heck is going on?
It's weird how the genre of a film can change like that. You know, because it was. Do you know? I think I always struggled with it as a love story.
Yeah, I never really bought into.
But you weren't there. You didn't come to the Twilight marathon. You weren't.
No, I didn't. I wasn't the biggest like Twilight. I like watched, but basically, I grew up with my great grandma, and she was a lovely but crazy, very religious Jamaican lady, and she like distilled into me like vampires, supernatural, nuh-uh. So even now when I watch them, I'm like, I can hear her in the back of my head.
Do you think they're real?
I don't know. I was just scared they were gonna get me.
What, Edward Cullen?
Yeah, I had the weight of the Catholic Church on me. I felt uncomfortable watching them. So they weren't my favorite, but my big cousin was absolutely obsessed with them, and like she had like posters everywhere in her room. And when we had sleepovers, she was obsessed with Edward Cullen. So I had to sleep under Jacob.
Under.
She had them on her ceiling.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you have to, and then she had like the bed sheets. So then she had to be on the Edward Cullen side. So then I did like, obviously, and also when Taylor Lautner got really, really hot.
Yeah.
I was set.
You must have like not admitted that to anyone at school, because I had no idea that was the reason you went into Twilight.
Yeah. I think now on reflection, that's probably what it was. Because it was anything kind of like supernatural, religion, aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, but you loved up Teen Wolf.
I did. But that was, they're wolves.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like devil.
Sorry, what in Twilight is devil? There's wolves.
They're vampires. They're like.
Why does that mean devil?
Devil possessed, aren't they? I don't know the backstory of a vampire, but I saw it's linked to the devil.
That's misinformation.
Well, we got Dylan O'Brien. He was nothing. He was just a human, and I could love that.
I met Dylan O'Brien.
This again, I live a normal life. And I'm never really jealous of Amber. I'm just like, good for you, girl. Have a good time. When she was like, I'm meeting Dylan O'Brien today, I was like,
The same meeting, I had 5 minutes with him at a press junket for Send Help, him and Rachel McAdams. I'm saying 5 minutes with him, but that is what it was.
And then Amber was sending me the videos when she was done. And I was like, why is Dylan O'Brien in love with you? Why is he just like staring at you the whole time? And genuinely, I don't think you could have had a better 5 minutes. You were just, everyone was just, and Rachel Adams was just, everyone was just giggling away.
To be giggling with like, Dylan O'Brien again.
Dylan O'Brien, I've grown up with him. I fancied him at every stage. But 2014, 2016, Dylan O'Brien, 10 out of 10.
Did find a way to talk about you though.
Yeah.
Not by name.
But no, but I like that I'm now in his universe.
Now he knows that Amber's best friend who told her about Twinless exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's play it cool though. Let's just play it cool, you know? I like Dylan O'Brien. I think he's great.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? It was an intense 5 minutes though. It was very weird. I really had to keep my cool.
Those junkets do sound quite intense.
Intense.
Yeah.
But fantastic.
And also Rachel McAdams.
Oh my God. Rachel McAdams. Unbelievable. The range.
The range.
She filmed Mean Girls and The Notebook in the same year.
That's insane.
Isn't it? They're such different characters. I think I didn't even realise for the longest time.
Also, I didn't realise until recently she was Regina George.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, what? And then also like I remember she's quite like humble about it. She doesn't really talk about it, but I watched a junket, and then apparently she was like, oh yeah, like there was this film where I played like a mean girl in high school.
Oh yeah, just the mean girl. Just Regina George. Yeah.
Love that for
Wow.
her.
What happened to the dystopian genre? They didn't even finish the last Divergent movie. The nail in the coffin for Goodbye Dystopian.
Genuinely, like, such a good genre. Like, it was so easy to read, and also the pace in which they brought out those films. Like, the books would come out, everyone would be obsessed, film out at the end of the year. That is what I'd like to see.
They don't move like that anymore. It takes them so long to
Why
make
is
a
it
series.
like 3 years to the next season?
Oh my god.
Something?
New Hunger Games is coming out quick though, November.
See, but it's like the same director. He's on it.
He knows what the girlies want.
He knows he needs to get it out quick.
Yeah.
And I fully respect it. They were already in production before it was even written.
They announced the
Obsessed.
book and the movie.
Big up Lionsgate.
Speaking of you were laying under Jacob. We had your cousin's bedroom. In your bedroom, who did you lay under?
I didn't
Who's
have
on
any
your
on my
walls?
ceilings, but
Okay,
I
who's
had
on your walls?
absolutely everything.
Everyone.
I liked everything. The Wanted, One Direction, Justin Bieber. I had like I had this subscription to like, was it Sugar magazine?
Yes.
Which we used to read those in class.
Oh, yeah.
And I just put anything and everything on my wall. I had all my like concert tickets. I had all my like the Justin Bieber movie like cinema ticket. I had it all. My room was
I want to
messy.
find pictures of my room back then because I remember though a marked transition from I had like at one stage just One Direction and Justin Bieber, and I remember being so excited because in this one magazine you got a giant poster of One Direction, and I'm talking like bigger than this chair, huge, and I would put it, and it was just like pride of place. Then when I downloaded Tumblr, everything changed. You know, it was out with the Justin Bieber and One Direction, in with the indie sleaze.
Explain.
Just like indie bands and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the
fine.
romanticization of, you know, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
That Joy Division t-shirt. What? I was walking around wearing this Joy Division t-shirt, never even listened to them. Never even heard of them. I was like, oh, this cute top I got from Urban Outfitters. It's trendy on Tumblr.
I love Joy Division, but yeah,
Yeah.
fully. Wombats,
The Wombats.
Neighbourhood.
Yeah.
They must all be about. I hope they're all well.
I hope they are. I'm so a big fan of the Wombats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've listened to anything new.
They released a new album recently, actually. It's pretty good.
Okay. I'll give it a listen.
But Tumblr was weird. We were very much guinea pigs with social media, I think.
Totally.
Well, because it was when it was all coming
It all
out.
came
Instagram,
out.
Tumblr.
Yeah, we were the guinea pigs for it. Like, we were the first testers for it. I remember it took me a while to get Instagram, and you made my Instagram for me.
Yeah. You introduced me to Tumblr, but she was very weird about it. It was like, you were like trying to gatekeep it.
Bizarre child.
I was like, oh, what's that? And you were like, Tumblr. And I was like, what's that? And she was like, if you don't know, you don't know. And I like wrote it down, and you were like, huh, there's not an E in there. You loser. And then you finally told me.
Let you in on the game.
Yeah.
Tumblr was like, it felt like a little secret club.
It did for a time.
And it was quite exposing, I think, because it was very emotional.
It was intense. Don't know what right I had to be sad at that age. But Tumblr glamorized depression in a very bad way, I think. On a very serious note, it did very bad things to my mental health. Probably gave me an eating disorder, definitely did.
I'm glad we moved away from it because it was a bit of a dark hole.
It was very dark. It glamorized eating disorders, glamorized self-harm, it glamorized all sorts of things. And I think there was no awareness of how to consume media at the time. There was no awareness of, like, now you kind of, hopefully, like, I really worry about my little sisters being on TikTok because they're like 12 and 11.
Yeah.
And I'm like, social media did such bad things for my mental health when I was growing up with it. And TikTok is even worse. But at least now there is education on, like, this isn't real, like, it's comparison, like, hopefully some body positivity, though it kind of went in one ear and out the other now with GLP-1s and everything. But, yeah, it took a lot of actually, like, unlearning all of that.
In very formative years,
Absolutely.
we were guinea pigs on that.
Yeah, you did kind of get stuck in little echo chambers.
Yeah, especially because like it was like a weird secret site as well. So you could be like stuck in an echo chamber more than like what things are now.
Yeah.
But also like big up on like us being like 14-year-old and being like fully fledged coders.
Yeah.
That was
we took that
crazy.
Seriously.
That was crazy stuff.
I was so proud of my Tumblr. I showed it to my dad and he was like, what is this? What are these children doing, showing their hip bones and things? What are you showing me right now?
Part of our fangirlness, because there was like a One Direction Tumblr that was like really, really big. It got lots of reposts.
Yeah.
What was it on Tumblr? What?
Reblogs.
Got lots of reblogs, and we were like, we need to hone in on that. So like anytime anything new would happen, we'd like make a Tumblr just in case. So we had like the best like URL.
We were trying to be like TikTok fan accounts.
Basically, yeah, on Tumblr. I distinctly remember us making one for the Lovable Rogues, just in case they blew up. If anyone, shout out the Lovable Rogues.
Clearly they didn't.
But, you know, they were on X Factor and they were really cool. They were like a boy band. They had fun little songs. Not fun little songs, it's very patronising. They had really good songs. And we tried that. We also, we made a YouTube account because we were going to be the next vloggers, of the big vloggers of the day.
Yeah.
And then I think we did one post. Neither of us could remember what it's called.
I can't.
Thank goodness. I don't want to see it.
Me neither. No, I do. I do want to see it. I think we'd always go to those YouTube meetups and feel really inspired and be like, let's become YouTubers.
Yeah.
If we film one video and then it would never see the light of day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do remember, because I remember your sister giving us lots of advice.
Yes.
But we were always on the beat, let's say.
We had our fingers on the pulse. Still do.
Still do.
Guys, let's talk about not the irony, but how when you have something within a something, we're talking about how we kept trying to make these accounts to be like these fan accounts. This is going on the Fangirl Nation Instagram.
Meta.
Yeah, meta, that's the word. I'm questioning my life choices right now. No, I'm not, because being fangirl is...
I think it's a nice thing.
No, I love it.
It's positive.
Because the thing is, what I realised was, you know, when I was younger, fine, great. And then there was this time where I tried to maybe grow out of it and not embrace it so much. And I've just come back around the other end, because I think being happy as an adult is just like doing the things that little you like doing.
Exactly.
You know, love books, love film, love
Is it
TV,
like-
love music, just love fangirling.
Exactly, feeding your inner child.
Yeah.
And also, like, being a fan of something, you like it. And there's nothing lame about liking something.
Literally.
I'm glad we continue to like things, but like being open about it and being like, I really enjoyed that piece of art that someone's made or whatever. Like, I think it's good, and I think it's positive.
I agree. And like society sometimes looks down on the things that especially teenage girls fangirl over.
Yeah.
And they kind of dismiss it. But there's so much power in that demographic, and also so much money from it for all the people involved. It's like a thing with like the Beatles, One Direction. It's like silly teenage kind of fangirl stuff. But it's like, sorry, we don't dismiss male sports.
Exactly. And also, I think recently though, they have been like on the beat with it and on
Oh
the
yeah.
pulse with it.
Now it's like going the other way.
Because like, have you seen like Lionsgate for the new Hunger Games use TikTok editors like
Yeah.
for the trailer? And I was like, wow, good. Yes.
Good for you.
Yes!
Yeah. There's power.
Bring the girlies in.
Power in it.
Energy and eyes get onto when someone's really cynical and really negative about something. So it's nice just to be positive.
Yucking someone's yum. I hate that.
Do not yuck my yum.
Sorry, what, I like this book or this show or whatever, and you think that's lame or embarrassing? You're lame. Anyone who judges people for what they like, that's lame.
Totally.
But that leads us on to something we're going to do every week is talk about what we're fangirling over.
Right, Amber.
Yeah.
What are you fangirling over this
I
week?
will tell you.
Right.
This is my fangirl diary, guys. I made this. Track what Not to brag or anything.
You said it like you like made it by hand on your own just for you.
I didn't physically make this, but I created it, and we sold a lot of them.
Not to brag.
Not to brag. Do you know why though? It's a fangirl diary because there's lots of reading trackers and things, but I couldn't see anything that was like to track what else you're fangirling over. So books, TV, music, film.
I've been loving it, and also it's quite nice to look back because like last year for my New Year's resolutions it was to like go to the theatre more, and I was like tracking it on my notes, and it was really nice to go back and be like, actually I have seen all this stuff.
Yeah.
I've been putting this stuff in every week into the diary. I've been loving it.
Thanks,
like, it is
dear.
really nice to look back on, and also
Thanks.
my opinions, because sometimes you forget your opinions. So
Yeah, well, it's like little time capsules. It's like, you know, when you put on a song that reminds, or like an album, you're like, whoa, this takes me back to like whatever. Anyway, what I'm fangirling over this week. Oh my god, Love Story on Disney Plus, Hulu, FX, whatever, about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy.
I've not watched this.
How have you not watched it yet?
I there's a lot of things out at the moment. There's a lot of season 2s of stuff. So
Yeah.
but you have been speaking about it. So.
It is so good, and you know, it's so funny. It's been so influential, right? I saw this TikTok, and so JFK Jr. had like quite a distinct style. So did Carolyn, to be fair, because now the girls are like getting into Carolyn's style. Love that. But he would wear a lot of caps and like backwards hats, and I don't even know, almost like a beret backwards. And I saw this TikTok in New York, and it's like at night in a club and there's all these guys and they're wearing like backwards berets.
I love it.
I know. Do you know what though? Fair enough. You're like, okay, the girls want to see guys wearing these backwards little berets. Maybe it will help. But giving the girls what they want.
Exactly.
But very sweet. I want to see it in London.
Start it. Get Casper one.
Yeah. But it is so good. It's a Ryan Murphy show. So I think I just love all Ryan Murphy shows, you know, Glee. Yes.
Right.
And it's just like filmed so nicely. No Netflix lighting, which you hadn't heard of.
I haven't heard of it.
No.
I've not noticed it. But it's a thing.
It's a thing, and this doesn't have it. It's like filmed very nicely, and it's lit very nicely. I think Netflix lighting, as they call it, is when a lot of modern shows just like, I don't know what it is. It just like all kind of looks the same. It doesn't look good. I don't know, but this like looks like it's in the 90s. The soundtrack is amazing, and the love story is amazing, and it is a tragic love story, and it's real.
It's real. Yeah,
it's reintroducing a new generation to this tragic love story. There's some people on TikTok like, what do you mean he dies?
What?
Spoiler alert. But people like, you can't spoil something they've been dead for like 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's going to break me.
Is it week by week?
Week by week, sadly.
Okay, fine.
I know that they had a stage where it was weekly episodes, then Netflix brought in the binge, and now they've gone out the other way again. I've never been so upset that I can't binge it. I might rewatch it. It's that good.
Yeah.
Like, rewatch the episodes that are out.
Okay, well, I will make sure I watch it this week.
Leah, what are you fangirling over?
I was thinking, obviously it's a bit of a throwback podcast about things we were fangirling about, and I have something that I don't think we've mentioned in a while, and we definitely didn't mention it today, because I was like, if we mention it today, then that's kind of ruined my idea of what I'm fangirling over this week, or fangirling over a long time ago, but I actually rewatched them recently.
Them? Who was them?
It was one of our top shows that we loved, Friday Night Dinner.
I love Friday Night Dinner. Oh my god, so good,
and still so good because I rewatched them.
Yeah.
They're so quintessential, and not quintessential, that's the right word, but like a little pocket of like being British, and I'm not Jewish, but like being Jewish, and I just thought it was so gorgeous and charming, and Channel 4 doesn't make them like they used to.
That was so good, and it also felt really underrated at the time.
So still underrated to this day. I think it's one of the best shows we produced.
It's so good. I had a big crush on
Tom.
That's the one.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't we all?
And I rewatched them. I thought it was so good. So that's why I'm fangirling over this week.
I want to watch Friday Night Dinner now. I can still hear the theme song in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, so good, so good. Anyway, guys, this was fun.
This was really
fun. And we'll see you next week.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.